rest of our lives. We've got to have goals. I think our goals need to pay attention to this, and you'll see why I'm doing it visually and like your kindergarten class. That's okay. Doesn't hurt. We all need to go back to kindergarten sometime. Very first thing we're going to look at is those templates made of this, and you can pick it up. Turn like that. Okay. The first thing is a template, and it's for you guys can make it up. You don't have very long. I should have got it last week. I didn't. The first one is, okay, go. The spring selling season of on us. It's one of the best times of the year to put your house on the market. With our experience and knowledge of today's market, we can guide you through a successful real estate transaction. Call us and let us start with a complimentary market analysis of your home. P.S. Don't forget to set your clocks ahead for 1 hour. March the 9th. Just a reminder. So this means these cards can go out today or tomorrow or the next day. They'll be in the newspaper on Friday. But this is just kind of, when you get through with this little class I'm putting on, you'll see the importance of just a card, just a phone call. And more, I've always been against letters, but I did them. But more and more, I'm back to cards again. Because people don't open up letters, but they can't help but look at cards and dig them online. Okay? The name of our class is Don't Be a Secret Agent. Okay? A lot of you are secret agents. So let's go to the next one for just a moment. I want to promote this guy because he's phenomenal. He does my yard work, and done my yard, does the office. He takes that extra step. He'll do anything you ask him to do, and he's there. A good man is hard to find. So if you guys ever know of anybody you need for Yard Plus, I would highly, highly recommend Fred. Highly recommend him without a doubt. Okay. So here's our class story, and I asked them not to use my picture, but they did. Damn, my mouth is big. Okay. Make yourself memorable. Before you sell a property, you must sell yourself first. You must turn off the lights so we can see what we're reading. Okay, that's a better picture of me. I'm all right now. Okay. And the next one, Rebecca's going to help me out on this, but I'll take every other page. Don't be a secret agent. And this is so true. Just I can't remember the real estate salesman person's name who sold us our home. Could this statement be said about you? A survey conducted by the National Research Company for the National Research Company for the National Association of Realtors, NAR, reported, now listen, 52% of homeowners who said they would use the same real estate agent could not remember the salesperson's name. Of those who did remember the name, 77% said they were contacted at least twice a year by the salesperson, but of those who forgot their salesman's name, less than 6% said the salesperson had contacted them regularly. These statements clearly suggest that retaining clients' business requires some outreach on the part of the real estate person. Personal promotion will increase your market skills. How many of us are guilty of that? Once it closes, you know, you go on to the next problem, or the next client. Problem, but you forget that costs you, it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Everybody's so worried about, you know, because the next escrow doesn't close for 60 days, I have to watch my money. But this is free, gang. It's just like you have an excuse now. If you can't get off your fannies and get these cards out here in 6 days to your 20 or 30 people, at least pick up the phone and say, hi, just thinking of your family. And would be the first to remind you to turn your clock back. It doesn't cost but a second. It's a contact. And they'll say, you know what, I went to work and, you know what, my real estate agent called me and told me to set my clock back. Will you believe she takes the time to be bothered? It's free when you understand that. But nobody does it. You need to start doing it. Go back to the foundation and the basics of our real estate. Okay, next. Okay. Practice the CCC. It's called coordination using a coordinator line of direct mail piece with aid of a feeling continually. Each mailing should be built on others to create the kind of recognition that brings you results. Consistent. How many times have we said that? Build credibility. Focus on less people. You're over there from my eyes, I'm telling you. Focus on less people more often. How many times have I said keep your farm area small? Keep your farm area small. Keep your farm area small. Keep your influence small. You can't reach 1,000 and do it right. You can reach 50 and do it right. So here it says once again, back to my training. It's more effective to target 200 prospects with 5 different mailing than to send out only 1 mailing to 1,000 prospects. Establish a consistently mailing program to your target audience. Make certain that each recipient receives a minimum of 4 mailings a year. I'm saying it should be at least 8. What we're going to do is, I'm going back to marketing again. Mailing 1 week, walking the next week. Mailing 1 week, walking the next week. But not 1,000. Not no more than 400 each. About 300. Okay. Commitment. The 3 C's. A personal marketing program is intended to help you reach a long-range goal. Do not expect overnight results. Begin by setting a realistic budget. Eric and I took $250 out of every escrow a piece. That was $500. We used it nothing but marketing. Put it in a little kitty. Do not expect overnight result. Begin by putting a realistic budget and realistic goal. Example, budget 15% of your projected gross income for the coming year. Goal, within 1 year, I will get 6 listings from 5 targeted market. Frisbee, past customers, referral, expired, influence, ad calls. Okay, I look back over the listings that are coming in, and I'm going to share it with everybody. I kind of share it with individual. I'm looking at the tax roll on some of these listings. The owner doesn't live in Tracy anymore. And somebody over there lives beside them are listing their house in Tracy. For you are not looking for the non-occupied property and calling that owner and saying, are you thinking of, it's a wonderful time to sell. It's taxes coming up. People are sick and tired of Tracy unknown. They're selling, taking their money and buying marijuana, or who the hell knows what they're buying. I don't even care. Or that was a joke, guys. Anyway, whatever they're doing, they're taking their investment, maybe doing a 1031 tax check. I'm not a mind reader. I do know that I'm looking at these listings, and I'm seeing that the listing agents, the sellers, are not in this area. The non-owner occupied. You ought to hop on that, and I don't care if they get 25 letters from Bang Vintage Group. I don't care. They're going to like somebody's letter better than the next one. Those people are selling their house. The non-owner, every one of them, I'm looking at them. And I pull the tax roll, and not one of those owners live here. They live in the Bay Area, and most of them are listing with the Bay Area agent. Why? Because we haven't contacted them. So when you find nothing to do, that's sure as hell something to do. I mean, I'm amazed how much you can get off of these computers. The more I'm learning, the more I'm realizing, look, my God. But if you don't use that material, then don't even, it'll tell you a little bit later on here, don't even waste your time if you're not going to use it. And it's got to be consistent, 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 consistent. An agent that left our office had one thing going for him. He was consistently rude. But he was consistent. So you cannot, if this office is made up of one person being consistent, that's pretty sad. We each need to be accountable by being part of our successful office. Okay, next, long-range campaign, constant personal promotion through target program is not a long-time investment. Is a long-time investment in time, money, and effort. If you're not ready, I love this part. If you're not ready to make these commitments, don't even start. Because you start and it doesn't work, you go, well, how many times the phone rang for you this morning? Well, it just cares. What'd you do to make it ring? So if you're not willing to put all of your energy into your career and the rest of your life, then just keep your mouth shut. If you're not going to do any of this, just don't tell us. Just don't do it. We'll never find out. Just be a secret agent, okay? And when it comes time to pay your taxes or, insurance, don't come to me with the sad story. I got a sad one. Next. Is this,
What's the next page?
is this you, Rebecca? She promised to help me out.
Designing a personal plan, personal promotion is prospecting. Step 1. Have a good professional photo taken and updated yearly.
No way, I'm memorizing that for another
I
video.
had 3
Okay,
agents
at
come
least
in my
every
line,
other
I
year.
never recognized, I got their cars, I couldn't recognize any of them. I thought, right on, including myself. Okay, you wanna come up here, Rebecca, cause we can't hear you right back there.
I'll
Rebecca?
speak up. Use this photo on all personal promotion materials, stationery, envelopes, business cards, brochures, and highlight sheets. Your face is your personal logo.
Hey, your face is your personal logo.
So don't change your hair every year.
I
Don't recognize it.
don't know, I don't know what thing we have to go back that far to take a picture. Some of you, I'd recognize you by your name, but I recognize you. So, thank you, Rebecca, go on.
Step 2. Include your name on each of your signs. People deal with people, not companies.
Hold it. People deal with people, not company. Lori Ellis, prime example, could sell real estate out of the trunk of her car. Who's Lori Ellis with now? Clem. But you understand what I'm trying to say? You're what makes this office. The office helps you, and we promote you, and we have a desk, and we're open. You got Mean Jean, and you got Ashton, you got this, and you got Mark, and but you are the one that the people list with. You promote yourself.
A company name may get you in the door, but a prospect will select to list their home with the real estate person they feel most comfortable and confident. Step 3. Develop a personal logo, tagline, or saying that will create top-of-the-mind awareness with the public. Many people choose to use their name to create recognition. If you don't have a name that lends itself to creative real estate slogans, select a short, memorable phrase.
Okay. Eric and my phrase was, we sell homes. People use it once in a while, but it always comes back to us, and I've given it to the office. We sell homes. If people's got a name that's catchy and nobody else has it, they ought to be using it on their license plate, on their logo, on their forehead, any place, So that could be a tricky name, and a license plate is just as, credible. But I tried to get one that says what we were doing, buying and selling, and I sat and thought. I said, we sell homes. We sell the buyer home, we sell the seller's home. So it kind of phrase it. That's our tag. You borrowed, you can use it. I think Iman has a great one. Yours is.
I promise.
Superior service is not an option, it's a promise.
He's done it out there so many times that somebody else uses it, I still think of him. So get that tagline, and if your name is catchy, look at the newspaper, look at an ad, get a name and a headline and stick with it. Okay, I'm sorry, Lee. Go ahead.
Step 4. Practice simplicity. Less is more. Avoid lengthy word descriptions. Use photos, illustrations, large headlines, and keep the verbiage to a minimum. Kisses. Keep it short, sweet, especially simple.
That's a nice one.
How many of us can remember that? How many of you read an ad? A resume. Time you get down to the bottom, who cares? It's the headline and the first bullets. I call them bullets. Bam, 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 bam. I learned that from an attorney. Okay.
Step 5. Create a brochure that sells you. Make this the basis of your personal promotion campaign. A professional brochure works for you around the clock, every day of the year, if it's done right and distributed correctly in the right places.
Stop there. You have an open house? Brochure is a wonderful place to take your brochure. The grocery store is a wonderful place. Where you have your cleaners is a wonderful place. Just a brochure. If you eat at a certain restaurant, You'd be amazed. They'll let you put your little brochure. It doesn't mean a card. It means a nice simplicity brochure about yourself. It's a resume. And those that don't have one ought to sit down and start. Oh, I don't know how. I'm telling you, after the few things I've learned on this computer, an idiot could figure out how to do things. If you just got one finger and you punch the right button on Google, it takes you almost every place you want to go, just by punching a button. So if I'm a layman figuring all this out, you guys already got it figured out. So that's what you should be doing, is studying yourself, and say to myself, today I'm going to create a brochure about myself. One that folds, nice glossy paper. You don't have to print 500. When you go to an open house, you give them the flyer, give them the brochure, your card. One of the things I want to remind you guys at an open house, I had an agent come in, and the client decided to ask me some questions about time. And he asked me a question, I answered the agent. He asked me another question, and I answered the agent. But the fourth time, he asked the agent who asked me. I did this for a reason. That was her client, not mine. I had no business talking directly to her. I did say to them, I said, you know, the little girl skipping rope, I said, you know, there's a school right around the corner. You'd have an awfully hard time being late having an excuse on being late to school. And the father turned, he said, she'd find a way. But I was able to tell them there was a good school right around the block without interfering with them as they weren't my client, they were my agents. And the agent's gonna the client's gonna ask you questions because the agent knows nothing. That's all right, you answer the agent. And when they left, the agent thanked me, took my business card, and she said, when I get tired of driving out, they had already gone to the car, she said, when I get tired of driving out to Tracy, I'm sure gonna send my clients to you. That was farming. That's all I think about morning, noon, and night, friggin' farming. Okay, go on.
A well-done brochure will open doors, make the phones ring, and position you as the real estate salesperson prospects want to work with.
That is so true. Okay. Now, this is my turn. On the way from the mailbox to the garbage can, get them to see your face and name. I love Redbridge. They have a little, when my son lived there, they have a little place where you get your mail, then they have a little table sitting there, and they have two little chairs, and they have a garbage can. So when you get your mail, you can sit right there and go, and then you take a little package, you get to your car. They have to cycle that garbage can about every other day because it's full. But even though they throw you away, they're gonna see your face. They throw you away every week. Sooner or later, they're gonna say, maybe I better read that. So I love this. It makes sense to me. I thought of Redbridge. I thought it was so funny. They said, on the way from the mailbox to the garbage can, get them to see your face. Okay. Design and informal, quickly, economical, and effective. Make yourself memorable. Wow them with your service. Never let them forget you. I'm telling you right now, you guys will make calls within the next 4 days reminding people of the clock. If you can't get out there because it's short notice, they're going to remember you took the time. You took the time. Send 20, Miguel used to do this. I don't know whether he did 10, but send 20 prospective cards to your farming area. Use a prospecting postcard to reinforce your name recognition and the benefit of working with you. Announce, we already do this, your new listing to your neighbor. Target a minimum of 20 just listed postcards to neighbors near each new listing, inviting inquiries. 20. We already do this, but you didn't go 50. Invite 20 of the neighbors to your open house. Send open house postcards 1 week before. We do it about a night before. Invite them to meet you. Welcome. Remember what we talked about Nosy Rosie? She's the best one on the block to get to know. She won't come to your house because everybody knows she's nosy. But if she goes down the street with this invitation, because you sent her one, she thinks she's personally invited. And you want Nosy Rosie to say, well, you wait, the people down the street, they're going to be selling in 2 weeks because they're going to go to New York, and they have 2 kids. She knows everything. She's farming for you. Never discourage. Oh, Nosy Rosie, I just ignored her. Are you crazy? Thank her for coming to your open house. She'll be happy to tell you everything. You don't even have to ask her anything. Don't say, hi, Mary, because her name may not be Mary, but I call her, don't call her Rosie. Her name may not be Nosy Rosie, but she's there. And she is your ambassador. Never, never go. Okay? Okay. Number 4, congratulations. Because of the success of your marketing, your listing has sold. Okay? Announce your success by mailing 20 just postcards to the neighbors. We don't mail them, we take them. Never let them forget you. Add the 20 names from the listing marketing campaign to your prospecting database. Follow up throughout the year with newsletters, announcement of special events on congratulations notes. We don't do that, but we need to start doing it. Next. I think this is mine. There's always a reason to keep in touch. This is so important, gang. So important. This was my weakness until I finally got smart to realize. Thank you. Are you good about sending thank you notes? You can even make them. You can close them 4 times. We'll show you how. You can make them. You fold them 4 ways. That's a thank you note. It's an important PR tool that can enhance your working relationship with your clients, customers, and other real estate salespeople. Remember to say thank you to the postal people who handle your direct mail, and to the office staff who assist you and add calls and transactions. Each day send 1 thank you card for the referrals, the help, the information, and the time. One time Eric and I started marking down how many times a day we said thank you. It was amazing. Sometimes it was, we didn't meet anybody, nobody did anything for us that day, nobody bagged our groceries, nobody checked us out, nobody. So get in the habit of saying thank you. It's free. Everything I'm teaching and training you this morning is free.
Thank you, Gene.
That's a good guy right there, I'm telling you. Okay. Remember to send a thank you card. How many of us do this? Remember to send a thank you card to the seller within the first week after acquiring a listing, to the salesperson and the broker who helped co-broker the sale. Soon you will see new business. That other agent with a different name on the card isn't your enemy. You need them. They got your paycheck in their hands. And maybe they learned just a little bit this week, this time around. Maybe next time they won't. After an escrow closes, we seem to, I'll keep in touch in a couple of months. It doesn't work that way. Good new listing, and there's no communication. 99-cent cards are free. I mean, 99 cents, you can even reprint them. I don't think we're breaking any laws, as long as you don't have your name on them, like a Hallmark. But nevertheless, that thank you. Keep your name in front of your past clients and your customers. An old song says, make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other is gold. We need to write that down in our computer brain. Make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other is gold. Don't miss the gold mine of opportunity. Maintaining contact with your past clients and customers. There's always a reason to keep in touch. Holidays, announcing success of sales, congratulations are about real estate information and trends. Very, very, very important. Okay, next. And Rebecca, I think this is you.
Distribution. Learn to market yourself the same way you market your listings. Keep your name in front by leaving behind or giving out information that sells you, prospecting and pre-listing packets, and personal brochures. As a part of every listing presentation, at every one of your open houses, at your office reception area, attached to feature sheets, real estate magazines, staple your ad, and leave at showings. Where people congregate, waiting rooms, dancing schools, laundry marts, quick teller banks, chiropractor and doctor offices, nursing home visiting areas, or any place where you may frequent each week. Family and friends, everyone on your database, including past customers, clients, tell 20. Delegate. You may be thinking you don't have the time to successfully sell yourself, but if you don't take the time, you may soon find yourself out of business. A trend in the real estate industry is to hire a person to assist you. Assistants enhance and facilitate your performance. You may consider hiring a student or a part-time person to assist you with the all-important task of personal promotion. If you don't hire an assistant, you must develop and adhere to a structured plan devised to increase your market share.
Now hold it right here, we're not talking about an escrow coordinator. We're not talking about somebody doing your escrows. We're not talking about somebody reading your pre's. We're talking about the distribution of distributing you where it needs to be done. If you're so busy, you have a couple of sons. You have one son, one daughter. Okay, a daughter-in-law, or granddaughter, whatever. Say, you know what? We're gonna go shopping at the mall. It should be done professionally. So you have to have a really kid that has, as she's trained her kids to, professionalism. You can't cut across lawns. You can't take shortcuts. You can't dump all of them in a mailbox and later on find out they didn't deliver them. So we're talking about assistance in helping you print, helping you fold, helping you distribute things about yourself. We are not talking about escrows. You know how I feel about that one. By the way, I received a call from a unhappy client 6 months ago, and happened to be Miguel. And I thought, oh, great, that's what I need right now, another one, right? So I said, can I see the file? I looked through the file. I swear, you don't know how, I just sat there and it's like it was my birthday, and I was going to Hawaii. I just absolutely was ecstatic. There was not one mistake in his file. He had done everything the right way. So I said to Miguel, you have nothing to worry about. They can do whatever they want to do. You did everything the right way. And you guys think I'm mean and I'm hard and I send paper back and I ask for this and I ask for that. But you don't know what it's like to sit there and go, on, Brother John, bring it on. He done everything perfect. Not almost perfect, but perfect. So that's when I give your files back and I ask you for something. Give yourself a break and me a break, because you never know. There's a lot of idiots out there that are suing it. If I had a name of Sue, I'd change it immediately. Everybody's suing everybody. They don't even know why they're suing everybody. So keep on doing your contracts and keep on turning them into me, and I'll keep on analyzing them, critiquing them, interrogating them. Okay, next. Personal promotion. Top ideas and facts. Condition the consumer to recognize you. Invest in your name recognition, not in the recognition of your home, of the home you have for sale. You know, I'm wondering, when we're out here farming 20 or 50 homes, what it would be like one time to bring a brochure of yourself, leave it at home, my resume. Even on a postcard. I like postcard. I always was postcard happy. I'm getting more postcard happy. But how nice it would be, not let them call me and come to my office for market analysis. If I can give everything I know, they don't need to come in. They can give it to their aunt who's in San Jose. You know? So how nice it would be just a card with my resume. And just beep, 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 beep. Why are you qualified to be? I want to work for you. You know, they are our employer. We are their employee. Sometimes we forget that. But I think that would be absolutely incredible sometimes to do that. People focus on the image than a word. Now this is the part I love. Almost 85% of all learning is visual. 14% of what we hear, we retain. Use pictures, be creative. We've learned that a long time ago. You sit here, and then walk out the door and ask a question. Same thing you talked about going out the back door. We retain things we see. That's why a good person coming in talking to us, when they promote on the screen, we retain it. Whether you want to or not, it's in the computer brain. But you just gotta put it back in every once in a while. Public failure public fails to take serious notice of advertising concerning individual identity until they are exposed to it at least 4 times. Be above the average. Real estate salespeople send an average of 3 mailing pieces, and then they quit. I hired an agent one time many years ago. She did her farm area, came back and sat down. And I said, came back pretty soon. She said, yeah. She said, I'm waiting. I said, what are you waiting for? She said, I'm waiting for the phone to ring. I said, I beg your pardon? She said, well, I'm waiting for the phone to ring. I delivered 500 flowers. So I don't think she ever did it again, because she's not in real estate anymore. So the whole idea is, you have to be consistent, and 3 times is not enough. 9 exposures remember this, 9 exposures creates memory. 1 dozen exposures creates mind domination. Okay. Repetitiveness is the one way and the only way to reinforce your message again and again and again. Write it down, make it happen. Write it down, make it happen. Write it down, make it happen. Your desired result is an automatic response. You want your audience to call you first when they think of selling or buying a home or placing a referral. This I love, I love, I love, I love. Farm the human mind. Out of sight, out of mind. I think of that so many times. I'm constantly sitting down Monday morning thinking, what can I do? I usually do it on Friday for the ads for Monday, for Tuesday. And then I'm thinking now, what can we send out? I'm up until June with farm material on what to put out for the months. So I'm farming my mind constantly. Sometimes it's a pretty slim pickings in there, but I'm still farming. Out of sight, out of mind. Next. Farming, this, I preach this, I preach this, I preach this, I preach this. Farming is everyone's future. Start accelerated farming program. Doesn't have to be walk from house to house to house to house. Mark's got one going. Farming is the past clients. She's got one going. Bernie's got one going. You'll get one going. You've certainly got one going. These 2 have going. And you've got one going. It's farming. How do you farm? You can farm different ways. You can farm. I love Grace. I love Grace, our teacher. She said, well, this, our classes are coming. She goes at the first of the year. Welcome class. I'm so happy to meet each and every one of you. Is anyone planning on selling this year? She doesn't do that, but she has the opportunity to. Farming, farming, farming. Work smart. Work with your past client, your local newspaper, and direct mailing. I can't tell you how many times they just walk up and say, that's the dumbest thing you could ever do, spend that much money in advertising to raise your price. It's just stupid. Nobody needs to raise your price. I get it. It works. I couldn't even imagine. I mean, not everybody carries a computer in their lap when they come out and go for a Sunday drive. Maybe they want to have a cup of coffee and pick up a newspaper. But it works. As far as I'm concerned, the paper works. Focus on your customers' needs are. Take advantage of testimonial. I love the fact, I had a lady one write me a letter, I never got around to it. I said, if I write a letter saying what you said about me, would you sign it? She said, definitely, Jean. So I wrote all the nice things she said about me, had her sign it. Then we got to the point where we actually had names, and we put them on a piece of paper. Please call these people if you have any concerns about listing your home with us. And if they have anything bad to say about us, let us know so we can take their name off the list. Meantime, we would call the people and get their permission. But you can't make this stuff up, and you can't buy it. You got a satisfied client just because of the service you gave them. Trust me. Be in the right place at the right time. Be visible. Develop the 3 E's. Excitement, energy, enthusiasm. I want a brochure on my open house. Yeah, right on. Yeah, I think it's got 3 bids. I'm not sure. What's the brochure say? Or, hi, thank you for coming to my open house. I had the rain stop just for you guys. There's a poured for 10 seconds, and then so my people walked in next. I said, say thank you, Jean. I said, why? I said, because I stopped the rain so you guys could go around and look at the houses now. And I was excited about the house. If you get excited about Pine Court, you've got some enthusiasm going, I'm telling you. okay? But there's a house for everybody, trust me. Okay, it pays, somebody's gonna get a good commission, and I think David's gonna get paid on that, is he not? Right on. If I had that house open, and that agent was able to walk in there with the lights, and I was able to say, hi, thanks for coming to my open house, and they went home and worked on it, I helped David satisfy his clients, because David helps me. How dare I sit there and say, wow, piece of shit they got here, and tell them the toilet doesn't work and the lights aren't there. I'm not an inspector, I'm there to help that seller sell his house. I better be excited about it. I'm not excited, don't hold it open. If you don't like the house, you don't think it's good, don't hold it open. Do the seller and the agent a favor, don't hold it open. Okay. Mark doesn't know this, but I sneaked through his window and took a picture of him last night, that's all I want to say. Say thank you, Mark.
You're welcome, Gene.
Dare to be different, be persistent, have a mission, be committed to achieve your goals. If you don't think he hasn't been working this hard taking care of Dave's listings, you guys are crazy. I mean, he's here late at night, early in the morning, so he's like he got home to take a shower, that's all I gotta say. Okay, I think that's it,
Nice.
okay? Now,
Do we get this on email?
we're gonna copy this to everybody, we're gonna write it down and make it happen. So she's gonna, I think she puts our meeting on the computers and you can just simply print it.
Okay.
We're gonna do these in just a couple of minutes. The thing of it is, I forgot this myself. How in the name of God can I expect you guys to not get rebooted? Like we do our computers, we turn them off and reboot them. Is that the right word? Reboot? See? Our 5 come? Yeah, I used to say on and off. Now I say reboot. But I had to reboot my way of thinking of what we need to do out there. Miguel, are you listening to me or are you texting? Okay. It's an hour that you listen to this, but it's an hour that I spent wanting and praying that all of you are successful. It's okay to pray for good things, and all of you are good. Just change your style and realize you can no longer just sit back and be a buyer's agent. Not in this world. You have to be a selling agent and a buyer's agent. You should be both. One of the agents I didn't hire, he said, I only work with buyers. I said, great, I got 25 agents that only work with buyers. What are we gonna sell? If every one of you are working with buyers, pray tell me what you're gonna sell. We have a good reputation, even in our own office. The contract was accepted because of the way it was written. Right, Rhonda?
That's good.
Okay. Now, we're gonna go back, turn on the lights again for the tour. Everybody go on tour. Remember when you're out there, people are watching you, what you do. When your kids go out and do something wrong, trust me, somebody's gonna see what they're doing and be happy to tell you if they did something wrong. They may not call you if they did something right, but they're gonna call you if they did something wrong. Palomar is getting the carpet exchanged and taken out. We're gonna have an open house, we are gonna have an open house, from 10 to 4. I'm gonna do double shifts there. Wouldn't be bad probably to have 2 agents there. I don't wanna have a lender there, they just get in the way. So anyone that wants to sign up for Saturday or Sunday, morning or afternoon, let me know. And Lisa and I will fill in wherever we're needed, right? Okay, Pontemera. You all know the floor plan. It's getting new carpet downstairs, upstairs is fine. It's been cleaned, and it's got some good things going for it. So if you can show it any time after Friday. Don't show it before then, because you do not want to go in that house with that carpet like that. I didn't even want to go in. So turn it back on for me, please. Okay, Rhonda, the tour is going to be.
We've got I kind of range them, wanted to see Graham because it was a lower price one, and it's kind of, and all these are brand new, a couple days on the market.
Now, let me
it
share
was-
something with you. That is an out-of-town agent. That is a buyer that lives in Milpitas or somewhere. Look at the tax roll. It's an investor. We should have had this one. He listed with an agent that lives right in his hometown. We should have had this one. Sorry.
But I think we can all have somebody in that price range, so I thought that would be a good, good house to look
Yeah,
at.
and I like the 3%.
Yeah.
Okay. Lori Rexner happens to be out of the Bay Area, and she lives next door to this investor who had a rental. Okay,
Cute house.
Then we got Merchant. Merchant is, what's gonna be right next to Palomar, you know, and I always like seeing what's in Lawrence Ranch. And, this one looks like it's also pretty well priced at $415. You know, it's Clem's listing, but again, it's clean, vacant, easy to show. Again, I think for
let's see,
square footage is not
go
doing
back
too
a
bad.
tiny bit, sweetheart, go back to the claim. That's on,
Lawrence Ranch,
Friction.
is that Merchant with Jack Clem's?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that is Merchant, what subdivision
Santa
is that
Pacific,
gang?
it's Lawrence Ranch.
So Lawrence Ranch, okay, Lawrence Ranch is an excellent, excellent area, so that'll be a good one to sell. Okay,
We got Tamarisk. Tamarisk, I think, is a little bit overpriced, but I wanna see it, find out why. And of course, if you have a client that likes that area and that, you know, floor plan, then, you know, again, you'd have to write accordingly, cause I just don't think this is gonna raise that price.
I think
Yeah.
Irene Woods has this open house for 14 years, so, okay, we mark.
Tamarisk, I think, is Lafferty.
Freddie Mac Homestead owned, right offer with seller at Federal Home Loan Mortgage Corporation. Okay.
Studio.
So, I think that looked like an interesting house to
I
look
like
at.
that, I like that a lot, yeah, okay.
And then Luciano, I wanna see that Linnea Estates, you know, again, only 2% commission, we'll have to deal with, Byron Alvarez on that, Altero's got this listed, but it is,
For $649, I'll deal with Byron,
yeah, really.
okay? That's a
Yeah.
good one, you did really,
But
really,
it looks
really
like it's
good.
got all kind of nice things and amenities and, half acres and all that kind of stuff, you know, and again, it's under $200 a square foot, which
That is so
at this
good.
point, it's probably not a bad
5
deal.
bedrooms, 4 baths,
Yeah, I think he's right, I think his price is okay,
yeah.
you know, so, and it's vacant, all vacant. Ought to be fun to look at that one, save it for last.
Now I wanna share with you guys again. Listing agents, set up the tour for us. It's an opportunity for us to have a client. It's an opportunity to get a client. It's an opportunity for a client to walk in. I really appreciate the fact that you take your business cards and that you all go. It really makes a difference. Because you're impressing, just like the sign setting up in a house, our cars make the same impact. And we're back to the way we were 10 or 15 years ago. We're working for our commission. Damn, Sam. You know, so get the lights on, we'll go around the room real fast. And every time I come to you, I don't expect you to say, oh, well, I don't expect you to lie to me. I'm just going to ask you a question. Do you have anything going on? Did you get anything out of today's meeting? And that you can lie to me. I got something out of going over. Okay. Well, hey,
I always get something out of the meetings.
good, but you said,
Thank you for that.
is Lavender gone?
I have 2 good offers and expecting one today. They want to wait until tomorrow to make a choice.
Good. So if you're gonna write anything on Lavender, you better write today. So that is a good open house, a good open
Yes,
house.
it's very busy.
Yeah. So I can get over it, like it's supposed to be rain, no rain Saturday and rain Sunday. I don't know, it's just like, it rains all the way around Tracy, and then it's okay for open houses. So,
Nothing else to do.
that's not, you know, I was taking a chance. You know, I sat there and I thought, oh God, I was just gonna knock down around this sign, go back, pick them up the next night, and hopefully nobody takes one. But then it stopped raining, I go, thank you. You know, so we'll have an open house this weekend for those that have it, but Lavender, I would say, done a hell of a job. You got another one coming up over there too, I think, which is good.
Next week probably we can see
Yeah,
it.
share with us on Cambridge.
Oh, Cambridge is empty. They already did the carpets and they're gonna paint. So between 15 March and April it will be back on the market. Clean and
So we can
With
tour it
all the
next
bells
Tuesday. We can
and-
tour it next Tuesday.
probably not. I think because we all, oh no, we didn't do it at that time. Oh yeah, I will
Yeah.
set it up.
You
I
hadn't
will
even
prepare.
seen it, for God's sake.
No, when I first did my open house, I didn't see it before.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, you cannot buy clients that are, if you're out there and they see the way you're working on somebody else's listing and setting up sign, and they know they just know, and we're getting more and more back to the service. Mark?
Good information. I know we've all heard it before, but it's good to hear it again and again and again, because both Parker and Pine are going pending today with accepted offers. So,
Nice.
That is absolutely incredible. And thank everybody for participating in that, and helping Dave out, especially help Dave for having that client, those clients.
Thank
So,
you, Jean.
yeah, and Mark, my God.
Thank you, Mom.
anybody want this phone?
He'll actually pay you to take it.
Whatever Dave gives me, I'll double it.
Well, and does Dave work hard? He's in there for any of us, and he stays here late at night, you know, and he's out there servicing. You know what is amazing about Dave Kaminsky? All the time I've known him, I've had one complaint, and that was somebody in the pillow talking about. One complaint. That's amazing. Because he communicates and stays in touch with his clients. Rebecca, I've had a lot of complaints about you being over there, Dave.
No, I enjoyed the meeting as well, the information that we went over. Some of it's very basic and the most important. So branding yourself and repetition, you know, is just key. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
Sometimes we say we don't have time to. You don't have time not to. Because there's nobody going to do it for you. I'm going back. I've ordered pins. I've ordered some elephants for keychains. Somebody said, "Oh, you're going to engrave them?" If I have to give Carzina an elephant for a keychain, she can't remember who gave it to her. I already got a problem with her. But anything is going to make me different. You know, giving somebody a keychain that just bought her house with an elephant, I mean, that, to me, that's pretty good. Gotta remember that's what elephants do. But they give it back to me, I know they don't like it. Fabiola, did you get anything out of the meeting at all?
A lot of important information, yes, thank you.
It's just kicking in the butt and saying this is what you gotta do. This, but you know this, you know that. But there's
Yeah.
nobody enforcing it, so to speak, and reminding you to do it. Imad, you're my best student today.
Thank you, Jean, again. It's my second thank you for the day.
Well, it was important.
And I was going to thank Fabiola for sitting next to me since Rebecca dumped me. But
Fabiola,
You're for
Fabiola, here's the $5 I gave you for sitting next to you.
it's coffee right there. Anyway, it's actually it's very. I'm glad you bring up stuff, things I used to do before. I have all the information on it. You got me. You kind of woke me up again. Could go back and change a few things and try to be sales agents instead of just a buyer's agent. But yeah, it's very, I like, the Tuesday meetings, and I try to always make it because, you think you know it all, but you wake up and come here on Tuesday and find out you don't, so.
Darn it. When I show up Tuesday, I have to show it up. No, that's what we as a group can give to each other. And like Marcella, and somebody, they do something and it doesn't turn out, we don't sit and say, we say, what can we do differently, And the fact that Miguel and his contract that was perfect made me want to share that with everybody. That's the whole idea of me taking the time and going over. That's what Tuesdays are for. It's like a family having dinner one night a week together. We have a meeting one day a week. The worst thing that can happen to the office is not to happen. People say, how do you get all the agents to come to your meeting? Well, I ask them. It doesn't kind of dawn on them not to come because
No, you,
hopefully, mandatory. I came by and picked her up one day. Yeah, just hopefully it is good for everybody. If you just take away one thing, or you give one thing back to the class, then we're all winners. Miguel,
Okay, this has been a
Good.
very good week, so.
good. And remember, next time somebody doesn't sign yet a contract and they refuse to sign as is, then I would refuse to take their offer. It's an older house, and she'd had a termite, had a property inspection. She wanted him to do everything but rebuild the damn thing, and she hadn't signed as is. She refused to sign it until they did a property inspection. Well, it doesn't have to be a short sale. It doesn't have to be a foreclosure. It doesn't have to be a HUD. It doesn't have to be anything. The house is old. And in the very beginning, when they offer you, as is, my client won't sign it, then we won't sign the sales agreement. It's part of the sales agreement.
Yeah.
You ended up fixing a hell of a lot of things a lot of people wouldn't have. But that's because you're that kind of a person. But nevertheless, that sold as is as is. she had the compliance marked and, I mean, I took a list of this property, whoever the hell he was, I mean, you might as well just knock the house down and rebuild it, it'd been easier. Because they didn't wanna sign the as is. But we learned. Debbie Deb,
Like the postcard? Or the clocks?
yeah.
From our forums.
I'm back into the postcards too, because it made me think of when I read this again, it brought back what I wasn't doing, and brought back Redbridge to me. And no matter how time it throw you away, half the time your picture's gonna be on one side or the other. There's that stupid woman again, well, they're gonna say stupid woman again enough times, but pretty soon I'm not gonna be stupid. You know, unless they list with somebody else, that's not gonna happen, so. I got the postcards out of this, that was the thing, and I remembered the silver, the gold, I remember that phrase. Pam, what'd you get out of this?
Good information, thank you.
Yeah, it's just going back to what we all need to be reminded to do, you know. Graciela,
Great information, thank you.
yeah, I like your,
I like, yeah, the pink. She very good on her.
oh yeah, I like the,
Love it.
I like the shaking of the head,